Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with the top 5 best PC game deals of the week. This week is actually exclusively on Humble Bundle. It's Humble Monthly, Humble Store. They've got a really good sale going on, so let's get right into this with number 5. Number 5, none of the Humble Bundles really piqued my interest this month, but I definitely want to talk about Humble Monthly. If you guys missed out on last month was insane. The buy-in for $12 got you Dirt Rally and Inside, and then the unlocks at the first Friday of the month included This Is the Police and Undertale. There were some other lower key games also included, but Inside, Dirt Rally, Undertale, and This Is the Police for just $12. That's an insane deal. This month, the $12 buy-in gets you Stellaris, which is a game that's actually on sale on Steam right now, 40% off for $24. And I'm pretty sure at least a few people have bought it on Steam and don't even know that on Humble Monthly you can get that game for $12 and then you'll get a bunch of other games along with it on the first Friday of June. So Humble Monthly, some months aren't as good as others. Last month was really good. And if you're interested in Stellaris, it's going for $24 on Steam, and it's on sale on Steam. Go over on Humble Monthly and pick it up for $12. This isn't a game that really piques my interest. It's a strategy game, not a big fan of those. But it is a game that does have very positive reviews on Steam, 87% positive overall and 89% recent. So for 12 bucks, you get that right away, and the rest of the bundle will unlock on the first Friday of June. Moving on, the other 4 games are a part of this 2K deal that the Humble Store is running. And if you guys don't know, if you have Humble Monthly, you also get 10% off everything in the Humble Store, and that 10% stacks on the deals that are already available. So number 4 is Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition. It's 75% off down to 10 bucks, and then if you have Humble Monthly, you get it for $9, which is a crazy good deal. Borderlands 2 is a fantastic game, a little old at this point, but it's still a great RPG first-person shooter hybrid. I had a ton of fun with this game. I got it way back in the day, right when it came out, and I had a ton of fun. And a lot of people associate Borderlands with being a game that you can only play with a group of friends, and don't get me wrong, it's definitely fun with a group of friends, but I've completed Borderlands 2 twice solo, and I had a great time playing through the game solo. It's a lot of fun, a lot of humor, great gameplay, a lot of weapons. It does get a little repetitive at times, but it's a lot of content for your money, and there's reason to play the game multiple times with different characters and whatnot. $10 is a great deal. If you're a Humble Monthly subscriber, $9 is a terrific deal. Next up, number 3, we've got Spec Ops The Line, which is 80% off down to $6, and then Humble Monthly, if you have that, 10% off on top of that, down to $5.40. This is a game that doesn't go under $7.50 all too often. I think when Steam typically runs a deal, it's at $7.50. It retails for $30, so 75% off would drop it down to $7.50. Here, it's 80% off, and then, like I said, 10% extra with Humble Monthly, knocking it down to just $5.40. And whenever I get a chance to talk about Spec Ops The Line, I do it because it is a great game that went really under the radar, much like another game I ramble on and on about, and that's Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Spec Ops The Line was released back in like 2012, I believe, and it got pretty good reviews when it released. The real issue was it was released at a full $60 price point, and the campaign you could complete it in like 4 to 5 hours. It was very short, and the multiplayer was nothing to write home about, so for $60, it definitely wasn't worth that much money because of how short the campaign was. But the campaign was a great experience. It's thought-provoking, emotional, has solid gameplay, nothing out of this world, your standard third-person shooting fare, but it definitely doesn't fumble in any area. But the thematics of the game are really good and really unique. A lot of games, especially shooters, have issue with their storytelling, but Spec Ops The Line definitely isn't one of them, and if you've missed out on the game, it's one I highly recommend you go back and play. And now for just $5.40, if you're a Humble Monthly subscriber, that's a great deal, and you can justify that cost being that it is a 4 to 5 hour campaign. Next up, number 2, we've got Mafia II, 75% off down to $7.50, 10% off extra with the Humble Monthly subscription will take it down to $6.74. Mafia 3 is also on sale. The digital deluxe edition is available for $26. I'm just not a big fan of Mafia 3. That game really suffered from open world syndrome, where every game these days has to be open world. Mafia 3 did not need to be open world. Mafia 2 is a more contained and linear experience. Yeah, there are some branching pathways, but it's a much more contained experience compared to Mafia 3, and that benefits fits the game. Mafia does not need to be open world. Mafia is strong in its storytelling, strong in its contained world design and themes, and that kind of gets lost in an open world setting, and that's why I think Mafia 2 is such a better game. And it'll still take you 8 to 12 hours to complete. There's a decent amount of content in here, and whether you pay the $750 or $674, I think it's well worth it. If you played Mafia 3, maybe you're a little disappointed by that, check out Mafia 2. It's a really good game, and if you're debating between Mafia 2 and Mafia 3, get Mafia 2. It's a lot cheaper, and if you enjoy that, maybe check out Mafia 3. Personally, for that game, I would wait until it's around this price, under $10, and I think then it's a pretty good deal. Finally, number 1, I have to give a mention to Sid Meier's Civilization 5, the Complete Edition, 75% off, down to $12.50. The Humble monthly subscription will knock it down to $11.24. As I said, I'm not a big fan of strategy games, but Civilization 5 is one that I even played a decent amount of. All my friends were in it, and there is so much to do in this game, and if you have a few buddies to play with, it's even better. I have friends that invested well over 100 or 200 hours into these games. There's just so much investment to be had. Once again, really not my cup of tea, but even I would be foolish not to mention this. The Complete Edition includes the DLC content as well, so you are just getting a ton of bang for your buck. Again, Civ 6 is also on sale, a lot more expensive. If you just want a Civilization game, just get Civ 5, the Complete Edition. That's a great price, and you'll be busy with that for a long time. So that's gonna wrap up top 5 PC game deals of the week. Some really good deals this week, all on the Humble store. There are some repeat deals. Bundle Stars has got Shadow of Mordor for $5. A lot of the Batman games are on sale. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.